Okay, what is good, Boom Crew? It's your girl, Annie Boom Fannie, and I am already forgetting my paper towels, so hola. So, this is not really a real mukbang because this is not a real seafood mukbang. This is literally just crawfish. I love crawfish, y'all. And basically what I'm gonna do is tell my little lesbian experience while I eat crawfish. I could have made the whole shebang and with the corn and potatoes, but recently I have not been in the mood for like starch, and I'm not really a big rice person, so I just figured that I'll just snack on some. I'm gonna put this on my shirt because no, my goofy ass. Alright, I don't care. What you gonna tell me? Anyway, so y'all know me with my tequila. Y'all know I put it in this bottle. That's a shot. A gunshot, that is. So anyway, I have this here because I made my crawfish, and I like to make my crawfish and my crabs with beer. So this is the beer that I have. I don't drink beer, so I just put this here just for aesthetic purposes, maybe for the thumbnail. So, and I have not been making Kool-Aid lately, but I love me some strawberry soda, y'all. So that will do. Same difference. The only difference is this shit got bubbles. So, I don't know if y'all can tell, but oh, hold on. I don't know what y'all thought was happening today. I said at the beginning of each video, I was going to be promoting myself. So, yes. This is my lip gloss. And I'm putting it on just for it to be licked off. Oh, this is my handmade lip gloss. But anyway, let me stop. I'm procrastinating. So some people who know me personally know that I am attracted to women. But they don't take it seriously. They just know that I find women attractive. And I think even heterosexual women find other women attractive. But the difference is I will actually take it there with a woman. The only reason why I haven't is because, one, I'm not aggressive enough in the sense of making a move. And I don't know, I just wouldn't know how to approach a woman. I think if it just happens, it would just happen. But let me tell you about the time that it almost happened. The few different times that it almost happened. So, you know how people be like, you can't turn gay? I do believe that. I'm putting the shelves right back into the thing, y'all. A mess. I was not prepared for this shit. Anyway, I do believe that to a certain extent, because it's like, I know a few people that didn't have any inclination that they were gay or bi until later on in life. And it was like, they said that they never really felt that way before, but it just happened, or they just started talking to somebody who was the same sex, and then they ended up dating a person of the same sex. So But when I hear stuff like that, it's always from women. I don't hear that from men. Usually, if a man is gay, I will hear that he knew since he was younger, or he was a baby, or he was a toddler, or whatever the situation is. So, anyway. So I'm saying all that to say, when I was younger, I knew what lesbians were, but I knew what they were in the sense of an aggressive looking lesbian and then a feminine looking lesbian. That was the gay that I was exposed to when I would see two women together. So when I would find other girls pretty, I didn't think anything of it. When I would find them more than pretty, like I would want to kiss a girl. I didn't think anything of it because it was like my idea of what gay is what I told y'all. Oh, it's crazy how the mind works when you're younger. You're not. I wasn't correlating the two. I don't even know if that's a red word, but honey, I'm drinking out of a glass cup today, so we using $2 words. Okay. So anyway, fast forward. So that's just a basic foundation of my mindset when I was younger. Fast forward. For some reason, as a teenager, I knew a lot of aggressive girls. Like, I don't mean aggressive in their behavior. I mean, it's called AGs, like aggressive. There's femmes and there's aggressive. I'm sorry, I'm from the hood. We would call them dykes. Probably gonna get demonetized, but whatever. I ain't making money off of YouTube anyway. We call them dykes. They call themselves dykes. So this new thing that's an offensive word is new to me, right? Whatever. So anyway, that's what I knew as an AG. And then there was something called butch. But butch to me was like literally like a woman that wanted to be a man. Like AGs to me were just girls that dress like boys. And like girl. But butch to me meant that you really carried yourself like a man. That was my understanding at the time when I was younger. So I was never really attracted to those type of women. I would look at them and say, oh, they're cute or they're fly, but it never really did anything for me. When I was pregnant with my son, for some reason, I started having vivid ass lesbian dreams. Like, it was to the point where I was not even attracted to my baby father no more. And it was the weirdest thing. And I had told my friends, I don't think they remember, but, well, the people I was friends with at the time. Like I said, I knew a couple of aggressive chicks. Yeah, so it was no big deal for me to say, hey, I'm having these quote-unquote weird dreams. Oh, I'm having them dreams, but I'm like kind of brushing them under the rug, like whatever. Maybe it's just a hormone. But I wasn't turned on by men at that time for some reason. So that's when I started like going to the gay parades and doing little dumb shit. Like when you go to the gay parade and you have certain type of clothes on, or you ain't even gotta have certain type of clothes on, you just gotta have a certain type of body. Or not even that. people will literally just come up to you and touch you, grab your ass, whatever. It sounds wild to some people, but if you've been to the gay parade, if you know, you know. So I was going there, and I was like, okay, this is cool. It's kind of wild, but whatever. And I had exchanged numbers a few times with different girls, or had feminine girls come to me. I had kissed girls and stuff like that, but I never really went all the way. So my friend Lisa, y'all know who that is. She was initially bisexual, like she's had boyfriends in her life, but she's always really been gay. Like, she's gay. Like now, you couldn't catch Lisa with a nigga, with a man. So anyway, what was I even saying now? Oh, so I used to hang around her, so I used to know the vibe. No, even before that. Before I was like hanging out with Lisa Oldie Hardbody. I have a cousin who's a guy, and there was this girl who used to like him. She was head over heels for this nigga. And he ain't shit. He still ain't shit. That's what I'm gonna say. But her, him, and me used to hang out every so often. Now, this girl was very short, extremely short, and her titties were huge. I'm talking about huge. Like, you need a breast reduction huge. And one day, I don't know if my cousin was like that. He told me like, yo, you know, old girl like you. And I was like, what? Okay. She wasn't unattractive. I mean, she wasn't, looking at it from my perspective now, she wouldn't really be my style, but not unattractive. So I'm like, I guess now is the time to try to be a lesbian. I would suck on a crawfish after I say that. Anyway, so we all hanging out, and I'll wait till my cousin is asleep. Me and the girl. It sounds weird because my cousin is like, he had nothing to do with it, y'all. I don't want y'all thinking on some weird incest shit. But me and my cousin is literally like a hand in a glove. We mad cool. So anyway, the girl laying on the bed, so we had kissed, and then I started sucking her breast of what I could suck, because bitch, I was drowning. And y'all see what the fuck I'm working with, so I'm like, damn, bitch, you put me to shame. So, anyway, let me slow down, because, bitch, the story about to be over. The story's not even going to be over. I mean, the crawfish about to be over, and the story not even there yet. But anyway, so we doing all of that. So I go to, like, play with her, like finger her or whatever, and I hope this don't make my nose burn. And I was like, okay, I wasn't really feeling it, wasn't doing nothing for me, so I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I smelled her, and she smelled badly. I did not like that. I didn't like that at all, y'all. I ain't like it. So I was doing that, but then I saw how she smelled, so it never got past that point You know, we was like drinking, and then I ended up like playing it off, and then we just like went to sleep. So that was the first time like I had a lesbian experience. I don't know if my cousin knows that. So, anyway, the second time was when I was hanging out on Lisa Block, OD Heavy. People, I used to be over there so much people used to think I lived over there. So I'm probably like 18 at the time or some shit like that. I don't know. And there was this girl, I'm gonna call her Rihanna, because at the time that's what people used to compare this girl to. She was really, really slim. She had a nice body. She had a short haircut. At the time she was fly. At the time. So she was from Lisa's block. So me and her at least used to hang out, and this girl was gay or bisexual, and she would always, my thing about me is no matter who it is, people like touching me, grabbing on me. I have a story of a time where I was in a club and this white woman just grabbed my ass. I don't know what it is about me, y'all. I can have this on, so don't say, oh, if you wear it, it don't matter. I just have a magnetic, hey, look at that girl, look at her skin, look at her hair, look at her ass, grab type of personality. So it doesn't matter who would come around, like they would do that to me, and I was so used to it, it would be like, whatever. Because, you know, we were all from the same hood, we were all friends, or, you know, I know them, or it wasn't, I'm not necessarily talking about guys, I'm talking about girls. Like, girls do this to me all the time. So, anyway, so she would do that to me, so I didn't really think nothing of it. But then she was getting, like, more and more aggressive, like what's good with us type of shit, right? So she would do that, and I was telling my friend Lisa, like, yeah, I like Shorty, but she's too forward, like she's too aggressive for me, like I'm new to this, so you can't just be like so upfront, like you gotta finesse your way into this shit. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, she was very slim, y'all. But she was so aggressive. She was a feminine girl, but she was so aggressive. Like, her behavior was so aggressive. Like, no matter what, she would just grab my ass, push up on me, and I used to be like, oh my God. Like, it was kind of like, I didn't know how to feel, because it was like, yeah, I needed somebody to take initiative, but not like that. So, anyway, finally, I was like, you know what? She wanted to get with me or be with me, so I was like, okay, I'll be your girlfriend or whatever. So dumb and young. I was like, okay, I'll be your girlfriend. So we used to hang out. She used to come over here, and we used to kiss, and it was fun. It was fine. But she was extremely possessive. It was like, where you at? What you doing? You with your ex-boyfriend? Because at the time, I don't know if I told y'all, but I think I mentioned him. It was an ex-boyfriend that had cheated on me, that I'm still friends with to this day. Basically, I don't know if I told you the story, but me and him just finished being like done. So it was kind of like that, you know, that situation where you just getting out of another relationship and then you in another one. So I guess she felt like she was a rebound, or she was worried about whether I was going to get back with him or not. But every time he turned around, that's what she was worried about. And I'm not a punk, but if I see that somebody's like, they have a very dominant personality, as long as they're not trying to punk me, like OD punk me, son me, I'll be, if you're gonna be dominant, I'm gonna be submissive. That's just how I am as a person. Like, if you're fire, I'm water. Like, okay, girl, like, calm down. You're doing too much. And then when you're not doing too much, I'm doing too much. That's just how I am. So she would always be doing too much for me. So I used to be like, oh, like, on some calm shit, like, relax. So, anyway, it was one of the times, like I said, we would kiss or whatever. And it was this one time me and her were on a train. And we wasn't even really doing anything that made us OD obvious lesbians. I think we were like holding hands or some shit like that. And this guy just out of nowhere, he was like, y'all going to fucking hell. Y'all lesbians. This is that and the third. Oh, that's what it was. It wasn't that we wasn't doing anything. I told you that she was extremely possessive. So I'm on the train with her and she's like in front of me, making sure niggas is not looking at me and all this extra shit. So she was doing being too, you know, whatever. So the guy told us that we were going to hell. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. Blah, blah, blah. So, and he was being extremely, like, hostile. And I was like, damn. I can't imagine people that do this shit all the time. Get that type of reaction all the time. So, anyway. So, I was one time, but we would come to my house and we would kiss, but we would never really take it there. Like, we would sleep in the bed naked with each other. But, I think she would be like, are you ready today? And I'd be like, no, I'm not ready. Like, I wasn't ready to take it there. But I don't think it wasn't that I wasn't ready to take it there. I just think that it was her personality. Like, I don't care how good somebody looks. You know how some people just get turned on by anything? I'm not like that. Like, if there's a personality trait that I don't like, and I don't like it to the point where it's upsetting me, I will not be turned on by you. I won't. I don't give a fuck. I've had men that look like, damn, and they've done nothing for my juices. They haven't. I'm very big on intimacy. I'm very big on an emotional connection. So if somebody's not doing it for me, even if I have sex with them, it's not going to be, I'm not going to be as wet as I normally could be. I can squirt and all of that, but if there's something bothering me, or if there's something off about you or whatever, you won't ever see that side of Annie. You would get the basic, I will be a hole in the mattress. I know it sounds crazy, but whatever. So, me and her would sleep together, but we wouldn't actually do anything. So, yeah, we would just fill up on each other. And it was okay, but I just never really took it there. I never had oral or given oral to another woman. I can't even really say that did she like finger me? I don't think so. If she did, it probably was for a small amount of time because I'm not big on fingers. I never did no toys with a woman or anything like that. I never took it there. But I was supposed to have a threesome. And I had this as a story time on my channel, but I had took it down. Or maybe it's still up. I don't know. I gotta look. Maybe it's still there. So search through my videos. At the time I was supposed to have a threesome. But the time that I was supposed to have a threesome, the guy that I was gonna have a threesome with, I've known him for years. And he would always ask me for a threesome. Oh, he always wanted to have a threesome with me. So I would bullshit. So one day I was with the shits. I was like, okay, you know what? All of my friends done had threesomes, done freaked off, done popped off, and I be sitting here, I'm the one with the so-called most experience, but I've never had a threesome. I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna have me a motherfucking threesome. How about that? So, I'm gonna do this as a mini story time within a story time because I've already told this story. But I was with the African dude at the time, the one that I was in that long abusive relationship with. And it was one of them times where I had already decided, like, if I'm gonna be with this man, I'm gonna cheat on him because I know we're gonna break up. I know we're not gonna be together forever. He wasn't shit. I had one foot in, one foot out. He had his head out and his body in. That type of shit, you know? So we was at that point in the relationship. So I had dubbed my boyfriend and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go see, you know, my side nigga. So my side nigga had asked me, do you want to have a threesome tonight? Can we have the threesome tonight? So I finally was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to have a threesome tonight. So he sends me the picture of the girl, and she is bad. She's brown skinned. Of course, she's shorter than me because I feel like I'm taller than everybody. I'm 5'9". She was a teacher. She looked extremely good. The girl was pretty, everything. Her titties wasn't OD big. I mean, they were bigger than mine, but her titties, she had a nice body. She was thick. She was just a nice bowl of porridge, so to speak. So I'm like, okay, shit, I'm with the shits. Damn. So me and him link up, and we're all in. Me and him link up, and then we in a car waiting for her. We over there by Brooklyn Bridge. If you're from New York, you know where I'm talking about. We're by the train station. So she's getting off the train. She's coming, but she's getting off the train. So she gets off the train, and it's her. It looks like her and everything, or whatever. Sorry if I look greasy, y'all. And she got some big ass motherfucking Rasputia. Nah, I'm dragging it. The lady was not Rasputia, but she had some big ass lady with her. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, the lady had a small waist and a big butt, but she was like legit. I was in my 20s at that time. This woman had to be in her 40s. So it wasn't that she was necessarily bad looking, but she was like way older. She was dressed as an older woman. Like, she had some crazy ass Mary J. Blige shoes on. And don't get me wrong, I love me a good pair of Mary J. Blige. And if you know, you know. It's them boots. It's them shoe boots, okay? She had that on. She was and I'm like, who is this lady with this girl? So she brings this lady with her, and I'm like, why would she bring no headeration, danceration to the fucking dancery? Why? So, because now I'm looking like, I have to assess the situation. Like, first off, this lady's butt was, her ass came around the corner before she did, okay? So I didn't want to be one of those. Like, I watch porn. I didn't want to be one of the girls that's in a porn being forced to eat somebody's coochie. Crying. Like, I'm sorry. Oh my God. I'm just picturing it. Oh, I got the heebie-jeebies. So anyway, so I'm like, and she got the old school hat on and shit. I'm like, oh my God, who is this grown ass woman? I was so ignorant then. So anyway, side nigga is like, who the fuck is this bitch? So they get in the car, so it's kind of awkward. So she introduced herself. So after a while, we just all start talking and vibing. We get to this hookah spot. We all sitting there, but they acting all stush. So one thing about me is, if my mind is made up, my mind is made up. If I decide that I'm going to do something, or I'm with the shits, or I want the smoke, I'm going, whatever it is, I'm going to do it. Or I'm going to try and attempt to do it. I'm going to put my effort into doing it. So I had already decided, like, okay, we're going to have a threesome. So I guess I just figured in my mind that she'd bring that lady with her for protection, or maybe she wanted to be comfortable and the lady was going to go home or whatever. I don't know what the situation was. So y'all see that I'm talkative or whatever I can be. Because I can be an introvert too. So I'm sitting there and I see she's kind of like stush. So, you know, I'm talking and me and side nigga just vibing, and we kind of like trying to get this girl to be like, all right, bitch, are we going to go back to the hotel and get it popping? Like, the fuck is we doing right now? So anyway, sis, she starts talking to me, but she's like giving me extra attention. Like I noticed that. She was asking me questions. She was asking me how long I knew side nigga or whatever. And you know, I'm sitting there answering the questions. So we get in the car and I'm in the front seat. No, we walk into the car. And everybody, you know how women are, we like to compare ourselves to each other. Well, not we, because I try not to do that. But I find that when I don't really know women and they get around me, they start to automatically talk about my ass or my waist or my body. So that's what the older lady is doing. She's kind of like, oh, she was like, I thought I had a big ass, but you got a big, I'm like, bitch, my ass is not as big as that motherfucking bowl of oatmeal. But anyway, and she was like, oh, but it looks like she trying to throw shade. She was like, oh, it looks like you poking it out. So when she said that, she looked at me in the front. She was like, oh, you're not poking it out. And side nigga was like, no, she's not poking it out. Like, I have a deep arch on my back. That's just how my body is. So when I heard her say that, I was like, okay, that was shady, but whatever. Like, bitch, I'm not poking my ass out. That's my ass. So we get in the car, and I'm in the front seat. They in the back seat. And they showing their titties. And y'all know how I feel about my titties. I ain't got no motherfucking titties, y'all. So I'm like, the fuck I'm gonna do to top these bitches? First off, the grown women was showing her titties, and I'm like, why the fuck is she showing her titties? Because last time I checked, I feel like we supposed to be dropping this bitch off so we can go do what we doing. She wasn't a part of the plan. So anyway, I just realized that. Just to leave it on. So, side nigga, he pulls his dick out. So I'm like, okay, this is the perfect opportunity. So he pulls his dick out. So I give him a little bit of head in the front seat. And they like, oh, we like you. You get it popping, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, this is the green light. Like, we good. So, oh boy is like, side nigga's like what we gonna do? We gonna go to the hotel and blah, blah, blah. And the girl that we were supposed to do with, like the good looking one, the pretty one, she was just acting mad fucking weird. She was acting mad weird. It was something off about her. So he ended up driving to a certain point in Brooklyn or Manhattan, I don't know, and then trying to put me in a cab. So he's trying to stop a cab. This is before Uber was popular and all of that. So he's trying to stop. I don't even think Uber existed at this time. It couldn't have. And he's trying to stop a cab. So when he's trying to stop a cab, the girl that we were supposed to have the threesome with, she comes to me and she was like, oh, can I have your number? And I was like, okay, cool. So I figured that she wanted, like, she was attracted to me or she wanted to deal with me, but she didn't want to deal with side nigga. So that's the impression that I got by the time the night was done. So, you know, me and her exchanged numbers, but she was very wishy-washy. She was very, like, she would text me, and then when I would text back, she wouldn't reply until mad later. Like, she was just off. And then me and side nigga had kind of got into it because he was like, why the fuck did you give her your number? You was trying to do something on the side with her without me, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, she asked me for my number. I was just trying to see what she was about, thinking that maybe later on me and you could have a threesome with her. Like, why the fuck is you making it a big deal? But I don't know if he felt the way. I don't know what it was. I don't know if he thought I was trying to go behind his back and deal with old girl without him. I don't know what the fuck the situation was. Personally, I didn't care. I was like, the day I decided that I was going to be on some porn star shit, that's what happened. So, that is my experience. Those are my lesbian experiences. Yeah. Will it happen one day? I don't know. I haven't tried to pursue it. I don't really be, you know, whatever. I don't be on it like that. I never really was on it. In regards to a threesome with a man, I don't want to, one, feel pressured, and two, feel awkward. I feel like when you do something like that, it has to be like this. It has to be with somebody that either you don't have feelings for, or somebody that you fuck with so hard that it doesn't matter if you see them with somebody else. You're so comfortable with who that person is and the type of relationship that you have that seeing them with another person wouldn't bring jealousy out of you. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't think that women should have threesomes just for the sake of their man or pleasing their man, because it's not gonna feel good. It's not. Like if I just started out with somebody and they asked for a threesome and I had feelings for them, I wouldn't be comfortable. I wouldn't want to do that because it'd be like, I haven't even known you for that long. Like I gotta understand if how can I say if somebody was my husband, we live together, you're not going nowhere. I mean, not to say that you can't leave your husband or things don't happen or whatever, but like if we was together for a minute and I already know you, we comfortable with each other, we done traveled, we done did what we did, we go on vacation, and we end up having a threesome or some shit like that. It's like, okay, cool, but I don't want no. I wouldn't want my man asking me for that. If he was my man, like if it was somebody I would just fucking with, and they ask me, I can understand why you would feel comfortable asking me, but I just feel like if you're a man and you're watching this and you want to have a threesome with your woman, if your woman wanted to have a threesome with you, she would have brung it up to you. She would have. Trust me, when women are into other women, you'll know. So anyway, I done killed all the crawfish in here. So yeah. My cousin told me he had a threesome, and he said he didn't like it because it was like he had to make sure that he gave each individual girl attention. Like if he was with one girl way too long, he would notice that it kind of got awkward, so he had to go to. And I don't want to be in a situation like that. I just want it to be on some naturally occurring type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Not because I'm trying to impress no nigga. Not because he's thirsting or a fucking sex fiend or, you know, I don't like men like that. Like, relax. Anyway, my battery running low, and the crawfish is done. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Check out my Etsy shop, Saturn Soaps and Such. That's N, not and. Saturn like the planet, soaps with an S, N, such. And go buy my products. Support your girl. And I don't know what else to say.